What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve Natto, and for today's pickup I wanted to show you guys the Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 V2 Inertia. These did just drop today for a retail price of $300, and they do look extremely similar to the original Inertia Yeezy 700, but this is the Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 V2 silhouette. So I am excited to break it down. I do like the V2s a lot, so it's a very good shoe, and I'm going to break it down and let you know my full opinion of this sneaker. So what we're going to do is take a look up close at the shoe. I'll then get it laced up and show you what it looks like on feet, and then finally I'll give you my full opinion and decision on whether I think this is a good sneaker, either at retail price or at resale price. So this is an Adidas Yeezy. This is probably not one of the more hyped ones at this point in the year, but I'll give you my opinion and let you know my thoughts. So with all of that being said, we need to jump right into this video to take a look at these shoes. So let's jump into it. The Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 V2 Inertia.
Alright, so like I said, these are not anything different in terms of color. We've seen this exact color on the original Yeezy 700. So this is the 700 V2, the upgraded model, and I do like it a lot. I'm a big fan of the 700 V2 and a bigger fan of the V2 than the V1. So before we dive into the shoes, we'll take a look at the box, we'll take a look at the size tag. We see Yeezy Boost 700 V2 in Inertia, and Inertia. So this is just your classic Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 box. So now if we turn to the shoes themselves, they do look pretty good. I can't complain. I do like the 700 V2s like I was saying, but it is just that same colorway that we have seen. So if I turn on the flash, you can actually see that there is a lot of 3M on the shoe. You can see it on the 3-stripe design on the mid panel, a little bit on the toe box, and on the laces as well. Now if we move to the front of the shoe, it's a really good looking shoe. I like it a lot. One big difference I could see is, hopefully you can see it through the camera, but the toe cap and the tongue are a little bit of a different shade of, I guess, that Inertia colorway than the rest of the shoe. For me, I can really see it here, kind of these colors in the middle and along the sides are different than the tongue and the toe cap, so that's just something to keep in mind. The outer parts of the shoe are just like the old Inertia 700 V1, just those orange colored pods in the back, midsole, upper, pretty solid materials all around and decent looking quality. Moving to the back, this is the Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 V2 back paneling, so a little bit of 3M on the back as well, going to that midsole and outsole. If we move inside the shoes, we got the tri-branding of Adidas, Yeezy, and Ortholite on the inside. I'll get you guys a peek at the size tag as well, get those numbers and production dates. You got the laces. Here's an overhead shot. And now last but not least, we'll take a look at the inner part of the shoe. So we see a little bit more design on the midsole right there, leading to those orange pods in the back on the inner part as well. And then finally this outsole. It sort of looks like a gum-colored outsole, but it's actually translucent when you look up close. It looks a little kind of weird in person, honestly, but I think that's what they did, is they went for a translucent outsole here. So overall, pretty clean looking sneaker. I like the Inertia colorway as a whole. I liked it on the V1, and now I'd like it again on the V2. So to get a little bit more info on the shoe, I'm gonna get them laced up and I'll show you what the Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 V2 Inertia looks like on feet.
Alright, so there we have it. The Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 V2 Inertia on feet. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions about this shoe at all, or just want to continue the conversation. Let me know if there's any specifics you need to know more about for this shoe, and I'll help you get those questions answered. So a few things that I did notice about this shoe is, number one, the color difference that I mentioned earlier about the toe cap and the tongue being a little bit of a different shade than the mid panel. I could really see that on feet when you like look down overhead. I really noticed it. Not a bad thing, but just something I noticed that I wanted to let you know about. Number two is the sizing. I would go up a half size in this shoe. I get that asked a lot about this shoe in particular. It does fit a little bit small, like a little bit snug, so my recommendation is to go up a half size from your typical Adidas sizing, and the size should fit a lot better. So the last thing, number three, is my opinion is this is better than the first Inertia colorway. The Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 Inertia, I like the V2 Inertia a lot better. I just like the V2 silhouette. I think it's really comfortable. I think it looks good. I'm a little tired of the old 700 and I like the V2, so that's just my opinion. But now for an overall opinion of this shoe. Is this a good shoe from Adidas? How good is it out of a rating scale of 10? So with all things considered, the $300 price point is a little bit tough. It is typical for 700 V2s, so I can't, say a whole lot about it, but I wish the retail was lower. Beyond that, I think it's a decent looking shoe. It's not the best 700 V2. It's very good and better than the first Inertia, but it's just, we've seen this colorway before, so it's a little tired to me. Overall, I'm going to give the shoe an 8 out of 10. The V2 itself is a great model. I like it a lot. Just, the colorway looks good, but it's not as interesting as a new colorway. So 8 out of 10 is my final opinion at retail price. So number two is this a good shoe to pick up on the resale market? So the resale prices for this shoe are actually not very crazy right now. They probably haven't sold out everywhere. I know in my city it wasn't the hardest to get, so my opinion is that it's probably not the best to pay resale. I know the small sizes are gonna go for a little bit of money, but your typical kind of like 7.5 to 8 to like 13, 14 range, they should be very achievable to get at that retail price. And I personally would not pay more than retail for this shoe. So let's call it like $350 if the resale price was there. I would give that also like an 8.5 out of 10. If that's how you have to get it, you missed out at retail and you can't get it somewhere for retail, spending like that much money over is okay, but not my favorite. Like I said, I think these could dip even under retail depending on the size and what happens throughout the rest of the day. But just my opinion is that I think resale price is fair, and over retail and paying resale is not my favorite. But for this shoe, that sort of does wrap it up. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below about this shoe at retail, at resale, or if you have any questions. Like I said, I like it a lot. I think it's pretty good. I like this better than the first Inertia. So overall, pretty solid shoe. I think that wraps it up though. So, keep the comments going, keep the conversation going with me on social media as well, at Steve Natto. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed to the channel. And thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.